Welcome everybody to another edition of the Ant Money Experience on the Big Exclusive Network. Thank everybody for joining me back again this week. Last week was my first episode. Y'all liked it enough to come back for the second episode. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the feedback that I got over the last week. But I know I went a little calm on y'all last week. I just want y'all to know this week, it ain't going to be so much that. With that being said, let me bring my co-host in for the night, Dom Godwin. Let me bring Sis in.
Hey, y'all.
What, you want a stakeout?
I told you my son had football practice.
I'm joking. Thank you for setting aside the time for me tonight. Sis, is you ready?
I'm ready. Listen, it's been a very eventful week already.
Okay.
So let's just continue the week out with all the smoke.
Okay. What you got planned for this weekend? Because you know this is the official start of the weekend.
What I got planned? We got a football game on Saturday.
Okay.
Going out to dinner tomorrow and gonna go hit these streets tomorrow night,
Okay.
And then, I got a little date on Sunday. We're not gonna talk too much about that, but yeah.
Okay. Check you out.
Mm-hmm.
I got an eventful weekend as well. My brother was coming to town, so it's going to be a lot to be had this weekend. Yes. You know, usually this time of the show, we do a rundown, but let me tell you, Big Exclusive Network, we out here mobbing like Death Row Records. Let me tell you, first of all, this week, your show, to start it off, was something else. Melanated Vibrations with your sister Dearest. Let me tell you, I went back and watched that show at least 3 times and set it up to that 54 mark timestamp and just watched her go. My favorite was when she started rubbing her hands like this, I said, let's go. And then when they added first of all, shout out to Luke. Shout out to Luke. The biggest exclusive. Because the way they edit that clip up and put the ether behind it and the gunshots, listen, I was done. Then
she ain't had to come for sis like that though in her nut ass bun. She ain't had to do that, but
when she said the nut ass bun, I said, wait. Because I had tuned out and logged back in. So when she said the nut ass bun, I was like, did she hit somebody profile up? And then when she kept going, I said, oh. And then to cap it off, Shannon being Houdini, that was it for me.
Yo, the pop in and pop out was insane. Like pure insanity. Pure insanity. I was like, Shannon, stay.
So then on Tuesday, on a Big Exclusive podcast, we had DJ Alamo. Dope show. Him and Angry OG definitely held it down. Definitely gave me more of an appreciation. I've always had respect for DJs because I knew they controlled the party. But I didn't realize to what extent they control the party. He was talking about the way you got down south, you got 5 different vibes you got to maintain and make sure that you don't lose nobody. I was like, yo, I definitely have a newfound respect, more so than I already had for DJs. Then on Wednesday, we had Women Wellness Wednesday. And let me tell you, that was a dope show as well last night. Tarika and Teresa definitely held it down last night. The episode was about your first, whether it be your first love, your first heartbreak, first crush. Man, they had me thinking about little Dominique and Ye, and I ain't thought about Dominique in like 20 years, but I was like, that was my first little crush. We used to ride bikes through Ye together. But it was a dope show. Today, y'all here. Y'all gonna be talking about this one for the next week as well. But on the weekends, don't forget, we got Fat Gene Activated. Come through and get your Fat Gene activated with my guy, Ant Meta. He's going to take you to some places, try some different things, and see if it gets your Fat Gene activated.
I got hungry just with the name.
First of all, definitely. I'm going to have to get with my guy. We're going to go out, try some different stuff. Try some different stuff, some Asian foods. We're going to go down that path. I'm going to see if I can set that up with my guy. But with that being said, let's jump right into the show. Let's jump right into the first segment. Here we go. it's been a lot of things that have gone on this week. I'm gonna jump right into my first video, see what people got to say about it, see how people felt about this particular incident. First of all, you as a mom, how did it feel you seeing that video?
I had so many emotions with that video, honestly.
Okay.
And I had questions. Like, what led to that was my first.
That was definitely my first thought. What
Could
made you?
have made you that mad that you felt like I'm gonna go and stand on top of somebody's car and break their window out?
Yeah.
That was my first thought. Like, what in
Okay.
your brain that was like, I'm just this mad, I'm gonna go disrespect someone else's property and disrespect somebody else? And then I
Right.
think I got more frustrated once I realized, like, okay, that's a female in there. This is somebody's son. And then all of the bikers that surrounded it, no one was like, bro, you ODing, you doing too much. Like,
Right.
no one held him accountable in that moment. It was like when she pushed him off the bike, they all swarmed her
Right.
to like show some type of intimidation.
Yeah.
I wish
I
my son would.
Now I'm not going to act holier than thou. I've had nut ass moments out in public, even nut ass interactions with women. But I can say anytime I was wrong, no matter how right I thought I might have been in that moment, I got homies that's grabbing me. Ant, you on some dumb shit. We gonna talk about this later. We ain't gonna do it in public, but we gonna talk about this later. Now I actually looked up some stuff. I wanted to see what exactly led up to that because I know with motorcycles it can be a little dangerous. I mean, a slight, you cut them off, they could go flying, and it's grave damage and injuries that can be involved with a motorcycle accident. But they also can be assholes. But with that being said, it still is, you were clearly not hurt in whatever led up to that moment. Even if y'all got up to a red light and she was like dumbass or you was like stupid ass and y'all exchanged words, you could have kept it pushing. Bull got cut off. What's up, Teresa? Bull got cut up.
OG said the biker hit her mirror and then they exchanged words. All of this over some words?
I mean, if he was in the wrong, brother, just keep it pushing. You're not going to win in this. You're never going to win in an argument. And I looked up her name. I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but Danica Bullock and nut ass pussy. His name is Cody Heron. Cody Heron, you are behind bars where you deserve to be, and I hope the judge don't take it lightly on you. I know you're not gonna get a bunch of time, but I was listening to her talk, and when I discovered that her kids were in the back of that car, I was just like, yo, this video pissed me off to another level. And I listened to an interview that she did. She said that the only reason why that glass didn't shatter on her kids is because that back window is tinted. So if that back window wasn't tinted, and I couldn't imagine the damage that could have did to those two kids. So if I would give a nut ass nigga the week award, it would go to you, Cody. With a name like Cody, Cody's a nut ass name. Do you really know a thorough Cody anyway?
I actually don't know any Codys.
Yeah, I only
my
know
best friend got a dog named Cody, but yeah, that's about it.
Actually one of my homies that should be watching, she got a son named Cody. He's a nut ass nigga. I just want to say that. Now he's all of he's only 6 years old, but that doesn't take anything away from the statement I just made.
You be a nut ass nigga at 6?
Yeah, and before we go too far, I want to send a rest in peace shout out to my guy Dante Barber.
Yes.
He passed away this past Sunday. Good dude. Whenever I saw him outside, it was always a fun time. It's going to be kind of hard going outside and not running into you, but I want to send a
Yeah.
prayer out to his family, and may he rest in peace. Now,
Yes.
also,
R.I.P.
sis, I know you're a music lover like myself. Drake, for the past couple years, has been one of my favorite artists. What the absolute fuck was that? I mean, I'm always happy to jump up when I'm on my way to work, see what's new. I knew it was something wrong when he wasn't on a playlist for Apple that day. So I said, I know what came out. I'm gonna go search for it. So you know when you're driving and it's new, you're a little bit more attentive to the music you're listening to. I was not. I was sitting there and I was texting, sending them good morning texts off. And then I was 6 songs in and I'm like, oh shit, I actually forgot I was listening to this. I didn't really wake up until I heard J. Cole rapping. I was like, oh, this was a little different.
This was Drake's coming out album. I don't care what nobody say. He real zesty. He's very sassy, okay? And he light skinned. Let's just call a thing a thing. I'm not a Drake fan, okay? So when they be having them Drake nights and stuff, I can't relate, baby. I'm not a Drake fan.
I'm a Drake fan, but
nigga, you was on Degrassi. I can't take you serious. Like you was on Degrassi in a wheelchair, my guy. Like, what no. What the fuck was his name on Degrassi?
Wheelchair Jimmy. Wheelchair Jimmy.
Jimmy. And you want me to take you serious? Bro, you're not even from here. You're Canadian.
But he had one line that really bothered me. He said,
the coming out
I
album.
feel like I'm bi because you was always one of the guys.
Yeah, what I said, Kyle. The coming out album. Sassy. And that was sassy. That verse was sassy.
There's not really much that you can say or that can be said about that line. And the guy that clipped it, because I didn't make it that far into the album, but the guy said, yo, I wrote some fire lines in my phone that have never left because that didn't deserve to be said. I just left that there. He was like, and apparently the guy was some kind of music writer, and he was like, yeah, I didn't even utter that line to somebody because although it might have been good wordplay, clever, it didn't deserve to be said. But that's about all I got to say about Drake because that was horrific. I think my daughter Cece, shout out to Cece, she had the quote of the week. I said, Cece, Drake is going in a hiatus because he got health issues. She said he could take that album in a hiatus with him.
And that's
take it off of Apple Music. And she was like, honestly, he could take his last 3 albums. I said, well, damn, Cece. Said, am I wrong? I said, I can't argue with you.
Because that's my whole thing. Your album was bullshit. People called you out on it. You're mad at Drewski. Nobody takes Drewski serious, but you're mad at Drewski for saying what he said. Charlamagne the Guy said it was garbage. Joe Budden said it was garbage. And now you got fucking Birdman coming out here trying to come to your defense.
Keep in mind, I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Is you done or is you finished? Like, I don't understand. I'm sorry. It was trash.
That's what that was. But on to another topic. Sports. Unfortunately, my beloved Patriots look like absolute shit. It's kind of hard to watch. It's kind of hard to watch. I'm not shouting out the Eagles.
I mean, because that would just be so crazy if you shouted out the Eagles because we 5 and I was just I just happened to have that in the car.
You know what, sis, if you weren't my co-host tonight, I would have my producer drop you off.
Oh God.
Yeah, because that was very disgusting.
It just so happened to be in the car. Like, it's chilly outside.
I think you knew that I was going to do that because I didn't run down. I only ran down one topic with you. And that wasn't a part of it.
Definitely didn't
know. I'm not going to shout out the Phillies, but they should probably be closing out that series tonight. And 76ers, what are we doing with James Harden? That will be my question for the next couple weeks until we figure that out.
I was trying to figure out what they was doing when they brought him here, but that's another conversation.
I mean, we ain't really his city. We don't got like our club scene ain't as popping as it was.
So he thought because he had a Sunni that he was gonna fit in.
But you know what? I'll take that trash over the Ben Simmons trash that we had.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think we paid him a little bit too much. But here's a subject that I was definitely interested to get into with you tonight. How do we feel about this Jada Pinkett situation?
I want to be taken out the family group chat.
I
don't know about the
what?
rest of y'all, but take me out.
I saw somebody say that earlier, and I was just like, yeah. I mean, you diminish the little bit of respect that we still have for him every couple months. But one thing
you slap this man for what? Slap Chris Rock for what?
No. I kind of understand a slap a little bit more. Now, I also didn't have a problem with it when it first took place.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jada Pinkett said that Chris Rock tried to talk to her,
come on now.
We might not be homies, but you gonna talk to my ex. We see each other in passing. You gonna talk to my ex-wife, not like my ex-girl that we might have just not worked out. You gonna try to talk to my ex-wife?
I mean, but who hasn't tried to talk to Jada? Because she was fucking August. So let's stop acting like she ain't for the streets.
August is
Jada for the streets. She for the streets. Like, you don't even respect your marriage. Y'all been separated for 7 years, bitch. We did not know, and we did not need to know that. Take us out the family group chat. She don't respect her marriage. But you're the same person that's like, divorce is not an option. You might as well get divorced. How you keep playing in this man's face?
Listen, by no means do I condone domestic violence. But sometimes I understand it. Sometimes I definitely understand it because Jada, baby, what is you doing? I mean,
I agree,
Kyle. This not the Jada that I used to know. But
Jada ain't been the Jada she used to be, as soon as she got fame and notoriety and got money, and she just different. The whole family's weird. The kids,
the whole family is definitely weird.
Jada, Will, that whole open relationship lifestyle type thing. And I think it just makes it worse because it's like, we know what we know about Will Smith or what we see, right? So we think like, oh, he's just this great guy. But let's be mindful that Will Smith was married and didn't do his first wife the best.
Yes. And there's a lot of other things in my mind that I think goes with that. I think that comes with being young and in the industry. And then you hit like a certain lick, and then you like really that guy, and then he started to have money coming in. I'm not condoning what he did, but I can understand where that came from. But with that being said, y'all know, if it bleeds, it leads. Every week I'm going to play my favorite video that I came across on social media for the week. With that being said, let's take a look at this next video.
Of a South Florida man accused of killing his girlfriend continued today, and so far no ruling on if he'll be able to show his to the jury like he requested.
For more on the story, let's get to Local 10's Carlos Suarez, who's been following this from Fort Lauderdale. Carlos.
The Associate Medical Examiner of Broward County took to the stand about an hour ago and said that in all his years of work, he has never had a single case where someone choked to death as a result of performing oral sex. Now, his testimony goes to the heart of the defense's case that Richard Patterson did not kill his girlfriend back in 2015. Prosecutors allege that the 65-year-old choked her to death, but he claims that she choked on his penis. The ME told jurors a penis would have to be large, far enough down a person's throat to block that person from breathing through their nose and mouth. He also said that it would take 2 to 3 minutes for a person to die as a result of a lack of oxygen, so that it would have been clear that a person, this woman in particular, would have been in distress.
My man said, I did not suffocate that woman. She choked off this work.
I just need to know, how did you choke off of this man's work? Like, was you on your knees and it got lodged in your throat? Was he on top of you? Was y'all teabagging? Was you was your neck hanging off the bed? Like, I got questions.
She could have been laying off the bed. They could have been trying something different. They could have been getting freaky. I mean, I've had a chick lay her head off of the bed and it got a little dangerous. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to accidentally kill you. Let me stop. But I think with that being said, the weapon in question should have been showed to the court because he
Not
wasn't.
that for all.
He wanted the jury to know this is what killed this woman.
And
And
I
in the
feel like
event
he
that
should have had that right.
listen,
Exhibit A.
and in the event that I get off, you too can play with this attempted murder.
That's all I'm saying. He got to go around and start calling his thing attempted murder.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what he got to call it. That's what he got to refer to it as.
I mean, can you imagine a dude you out and he dropped that line on you? Listen, this motherfucker killed somebody before. This when he meant this shit ain't no joke.
And now I'm looking at him like, boy, bye. Until now, it's my life.
Until you almost lose your life.
Until you almost lose your life. And then I gotta go get a PFA and block you. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Like, I don't. He definitely should have been able to show it, at least a picture. That's what I'm saying. Your Honor, Exhibit A. Like, how this man supposed to tell his truth if y'all won't let him present his
I
evidence?
mean, I would have.
You're right. Attempted. You're right. Murder.
Made a strong argument for an appeal, because he definitely has the tell the court they disregarded evidence. The prosecutor disregarded evidence that clearly would have helped me in this case.
I almost feel like it was an OJ thing. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Like, I just feel like he should have been able to demonstrate. I just do. I feel like he should have been able to demonstrate. He should have been able to, like a little blow up doll or something. I just feel like there should have been some type of like way for him to prove what he was saying. And that's the thing. He was an older gentleman. He was older. I don't know if y'all noticed. He was older. He wasn't young.
Yeah, I tried to definitely bypass that, but
he was old. Don't bypass it. Come back. He was older.
But with that being said, that was my favorite video of the week.
At least 60, 65. I need to get me a 65-year-old, clearly. Go ahead.
With that being said, that's going to conclude my segment of If It Bleeds and Leads. Now, let's jump into the next portion of the show, Lounge Talk. Let's get into that Lounge Talk, sis. Let's get into that.
With that being my wine. I should have worked. Well, you got your wine. I'm in football practice. I can't have now, but you listen. You know what? Okay.
Sis, I thought you was gonna be a little different. I thought you was gonna have your little tumbler with that.
Listen, and the wine was calling me when I left too. It was in the refrigerator. It was like, just go ahead and put in your flask.
Damn,
nobody's gonna know.
Always go with your first thought.
I know. Nobody was gonna know, especially since I'm sitting in the car.
It'll be
let's get into
it. So the first thing I want to talk about, I learned a new term this week. So in work, I passively listen to podcasts. I use them as background music, and I came across this term. The term was called beige signs. So you know how you got beige flags. So you know how you have red flags? You got beige flags. So what a beige flag is not quite a red sign or a red flag, but it's something that's cause for concern. So the one lady on this show that I looked at, she said a beige flag for her was she was on a date with a guy and she was looking at the way he was eating. She was like, everything else about him on paper was nice, but she was like, the way he was eating wasn't enough for me to stop talking to him, but it was enough to give me cause for concern. So that was the beige flag. Do you have any beige flags?
I'm sure I do.
Leave the comments. Do y'all got any beige flags? Something that's not quite something that you want to leave a person for, but it's cause for concern.
I think all mine is red flags. I'm very like, I don't know, a beige flag. I guess maybe like chewing with your mouth open, just like things like that. It's like, this gonna get on my nerves. Or like leaving the toilet seat up.
We actually gonna get into that a little bit later, but I
Leave
don't
the
know.
toothpaste in the sink.
I'm a very black and white person, so anything that I see beige is gonna kind of bleed. It's gonna. Dearest, what up though? Queen
Don't start your
Dusty.
shit tonight. Don't start your shit.
Bring the AK clip out.
Nah, let us stay where she at.
But yeah, I'm a very Mike, what up? What up? Mismatch. Really, producer, bring that comment back up. Creamy. Mismatch, like mismatch socks.
What? Yeah, because if it's not panties
'Cause-
and bra, like for you, panties and bra, or is it for the man? Tell us more. We need more. We need more.
Because I was about to say, I don't know too many women that keep a matching panties and bra on a regular. Matching panties and bra, from what I've witnessed, seems to be more of a just on an occasion type of thing. But beige flags. If she got a tat in between her mommy milkers, that's a good one. That's a good one. Mismatched socks. Come on, Creamy, grow up. Grow up. Like I wear polo socks with the toes and the heel. They a different color. I mean, sometimes I don't feel like looking for the match. I'm gonna grab a red one. I'm gonna grab a blue one. Mind your business. How about that?
Mind your business.
How about that? But
Okay.
that was that. But on to the lounge topic of the night. The lounge topic, it comes from about 2 to 3 weeks ago. I made a post on Facebook. Now, my mind works very random, and sometimes I think of stuff, I'll jot it down on Facebook, and I'll walk away. So I can't have my phone on me at work. I sat there and I typed out, what's something that you genuinely don't understand about the opposite sex? And I went back into work. I came back out, and the answers were like mind-blowing. First of all, I had forgot that I even made this stat. So I'm like, damn, why do I have so many notifications on Facebook? The answers were mind-blowing. Now, a common theme I saw amongst the men is going to go into my next video. That is going to go for the men thinking about women is actually covered in my next video. If we could take a look at that video.
For your final challenge? All right, ladies.
Let's go.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's why I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much, okay? You crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out, okay? Good luck, ladies.
And then there were two. Ladies, today's challenge, you will walk up to the table and take accountability. There's no time limit. The first person to do it takes home $100,000. Are you ladies ready? It's on you.
Just go grab it, babe.
Now, I like the way Angry OG said this on a podcast once, where when you make generalizations, there's always going to be anomalies to that particular situation. But with that being said, in my experience, I find that most women lack accountability. And what I find is when you sit there and you bring up something, instead of dealing with what exactly you're talking about in that moment, they switch the narrative and go to something else that they didn't like. Yo, why did you, for instance, this one girl, I was like, yo, why do you leave cups of juice that you didn't drink on the table and then go get another one. Like that's weird. But last week you went past and you did yo. We not talking about last week at all. We're talking about this glass on my table that's not completely drank, and you just went past it and got another one. Didn't even put that in the sink. Why do you feel
Luke starting shit?
So, to be completely transparent, do you find yourself having a problem with accountability?
At this age, no. Maybe in my younger days, I would say yeah, but at this age, no. I'm gonna own my shit, and mainly because I never want anyone to feel like they got one up on me.
Right.
So I don't ever want it to be that, like you mentioned, that tit for tat. Like, so if it's something that I did, let me just apologize for it. I may even apologize, and I hate apologizing. You've known me for a lot of years.
Right.
I hate apologizing. Right. Like, that is like one thing that I just call it my toxic trait. I do not care. But I will say that over the years, as I've grown and matured, I have found myself apologizing more. Because it's not so much of, for me, this is why I don't believe in apologizing. I believe, like I said, what I said. Now I may not have meant it how it came out, but I did say what I said.
Right.
How you took it or how you perceived it is, yeah, exactly. Long time. Yes. Okay. Long time. You've known me for a very long time.
Right.
But for me, yeah, I'm at a stage in life where I take accountability. I own my shit because, again, I'm grown. I'm gonna stand on it. Like, yeah, I said it. I did it. My apologies for how you took it, especially if it wasn't my intention. You know, for it to come across and be delivered that way. And again, like I said, I don't need nobody trying to hold nothing over me. So let me just own my shit.
You know, and it was funny because one thing I love about posts like this is it brings a lot of the bitter women out. Oh, I love bitter women comments. Because one thing that I noticed that was a common theme was women saying, I don't understand why men breathe. What? If you just picking a wrong nigga over and over again, say that. Just say that.
Right.
But wait, Dom, I've named my audience. It's the Ant Hive.
Ant Hive. Not the Ant Hive. That's cute. I like that.
Ant Hive, drop in the comments what you feel as though you genuinely don't understand about the opposite sex. With that being said, what's yours? What do you genuinely not understand?
This I don't want to generalize, but I would say I guess I'm just confused about this new era of men. Okay. I can't get jiggy with these man bags. I can't get jiggy with the crossbody man bags. I don't give a shit if it's Gucci, Prada, Louis. I don't care what it is. I can't get past a man. What do you need a purse for? What are you carrying in there? Your fucking lip gloss? Like, what do you need? Like, I don't understand that about maybe this generation of men. Let me say that.
My guy Kev, rest in peace. I made a joke about him having a bag, and he was like, he looked at me, he unzipped it, and he pulled a Glock out. I never made that man bag joke ever again.
And I know men carry their guns in there. I get it, but
he said, I got this. He pulled out weed. He pulled out money. I was like, you know what? I just never made that joke about people ever again because I was like, nothing but respect.
I get it, but if you got a man bag because you carrying your gun, like I carry my firearm, right? Sometimes I keep it in my purse. Sometimes I don't have a purse, or sometimes I put it on my person. That's what they make holsters for. They make all type of holsters, style holsters, the little belly bands you can put. You got a hoodie on. Niggas love wearing hoodies and poo shiesty masks. Like I can't get past the man bag. Like in my mind, it just looks very zesty. Y'all know how I feel about a zesty nigga. I don't like it. I just don't understand it. Like, I don't need us getting ready to go out on a date and you say, bae, you see my bag? Nigga, if you don't stop playing with me, no, I ain't seen your damn bag. Like, I'm supposed to ask you, bae, you see my purse? You see my keys? I'm supposed to say that to you. Like, come on.
Along the same lines of what you were speaking of just now, I don't understand the men with fingernail polish.
That's another thing.
I I don't understand it. There's this guy that works at my job. He's the last new hire on the staff. He's my site lead, so he's technically my supervisor. Been working with him for about 4 months now. About a month ago, he came in with Eagles green fingernail polish. Now, we've had a conversation, and I know he's from South Philly, and he automatically latched on because he knows we're both from Philly, but he came in with that green fingernail polish, and it's been on for a month. And I be wanting to ask him, like, I know you're an Eagles fan, and that's clearly Eagles green, but my man. But you're not going to get me in the HR trap. That's what you got going on. I'm going to wait till he takes the fingernail polish on and be like, Rich, I mean, that was a little different. If you want to explain, that's up to you. I'm going to make it so I'll leave the window open if he wants to explain, but I'm not going to say you want to explain.
Smart. Because people are ultra sensitive. This society is I'm going to say sensitive is the word I'm going to use. It's just you have to be very careful of what you say to people.
Yeah.
Because everything is an offensive. Like everything offends them. Everything is offensive. And it's hard sometimes. Like I told you guys, I've shared this with you guys even on my show. I'm on a dating app. And I can't tell you how many profiles I get where guys got filters on their pictures. The pose is just real zesty. Or they got a damn man bag. And it's like, you're an attractive dude and you like my thing and you message me and I would love to like your profile back, but it was the nail polish. It was the purse. It was the filter. It was the pose where you got that leg propped up. Like, all right, not too much. Like, I can't. Exit off. Exit off quickly.
With that being said, sis, this is the time where we want to give viewers a chance to vocalize what they agree with and what they disagree with. We're going to continue the conversation until somebody jumps on. But with that being said, we're going to get into the next segment of the podcast. What y'all got to say about that?
It's all the graphics for me, not when you choose violence. Not
if y'all think I came to play with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Is this a come to death row moment? Like, what's going on, Tupac? Like, what's happening for you?
I want people to know I'm with all the smoke. Tupac is in the building. So the link is there. Anybody that wants to jump in and have conversation about what we said. But you want to know what was another common theme that I saw? Luke, you know it. You know it. But another common theme was women saying men. One thing I agree with that they said is men just coming in the crib and just dropping their pants anywhere. And I was like, damn, I do that. And I really couldn't tell you why I do that. I was like, shit, I never thought about it. Now, most of my life, well, all of my life, I've never had a roommate. The Army was the only time they made me had a roommate, and that was short-lived. But other than that, I've always lived by myself. So I'm not a junkie person. I'm not like super OCD clean, but I'll leave some pants somewhere because I'm the only motherfucker that gotta care about it. But another thing that they were saying is men leaving the toilet seat up. And I never understood why that was so much of an issue. Do you care to explain?
So usually it's, if you leave the toilet seat up and I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and maybe I don't turn the lights on because, it's our house, it's my house, whatever. I know where everything is. If I just flop down on the toilet and then I have fallen into the motherfucking toilet and now I got a wet ass and I just told you I don't like a wet ass, now I'm pissed. Because all you had to do was put the toilet seat down. Yes, I know you have to lift it up to pee. But just go and put it back down. Just go and put it back down.
That's a you problem. That feels like you being lazy. Problem? You being lazy and not turning on the light to go. As a man, I can't go in the bathroom in the middle of the night and leave the light off and just pee wherever I want to pee.
Seat was down when you went in there, so now this is a you problem because you have changed the dynamic of the toilet. The toilet seat was down.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh shit, who we got? Oh shit.
Hey, what up, big dog? She can't stand more.
Listen, she was brave enough to come on.
Hey.
I'm actually a little concerned because I
Well,
feel like the tide is about to top. I think it's about to turn against me. But to the question, Ed, what is something you genuinely don't understand about men?
I don't understand, especially today's man. I don't understand why they want wife benefits from a girl that they just met yesterday. I keep hearing all of this. Oh, I want her to submit. I want her to do this, da, da, da. For what though?
I
That's
get
not
it. And
your
I had
wife.
a
It's
big,
not.
I knew
oh
Big
shit.
Exclusive was coming on.
We
I knew
got
he was
Suge
coming
Knight
on.
in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Big Exclusive.
Come to death row.
Did you
Don't be Houdini.
scan her before she came in? Because you jumped right in like you knew exactly what she was going to say.
No, I didn't. I appreciate her jumping off. This is the second week in a row. She getting
Definitely
on,
appreciate it.
showing love, being brave. I appreciate that. Showing love to Ant. But I want to hear her out.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand the expectations that men put on relationships when they're not giving they're not giving that. Now, women do it too. Women put all of these expectations on men and don't open themselves up to have expectations. A woman will look at a man and say, I like a fit body, I like this, that, and the third. But if a man was to turn around and say, I like a fit body, more than likely that woman probably would be offended and say, he wants me to lose weight, he's coming at my body, and blah, 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 blah. If a man wants a woman in the house taking care of him, cooking, cleaning, whatever that would entail. But what exactly is it that you're putting into that relationship that dictates her to, like I said, do wife-like things when you're giving her boyfriend and not husband?
I
That's on
think
us
you're
as women,
talking
though.
about different stages here. Like
Yeah.
some of those statements are applicable to relationships that you entered into. I think your initial statement was upon meeting somebody, like those expectations, especially when it comes to submission, is something we talked about on the show all the time. And I didn't come on here to specifically address what you said. I had some stuff I was thinking about that I wanted to kind of get off my chest. But since I'm here and you asked, that no man should expect a woman to submit to anything, especially if he hasn't given her anything to submit to, first and foremost, right? So,
Agreed.
also, ladies, be careful of the pool you're dating in. If this consistently happens to you, you need to change where you pull in or your circle of guys or how you finding and meeting men. That must change. Last thing I want to address is everyone's entitled to their preference. I just saw on the internet this was kind of exploding. The lady was on a date with a man and he pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory and she refused to get out because she thought she was way too beautiful for the Cheesecake Factory. Fellas, stay away from those ladies, okay?
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
It's not even about loving the Cheesecake Factory. It's about to me, if you're talking, so for me, she's in it for the wrong reasons, straight off the rip, right?
Right.
In my opinion, there's plenty of women here. You correct me if I'm wrong. The
No,
gentlemen
you're
have
absolutely
entered the
right.
chat.
OJ.
Oh, we got the gang here.
But
OJ.
Hey now.
most importantly, dating, you're supposed to be getting to know somebody. I think on Monday, Diamond and Darius, Melanated Vibrations, Mondays at 7, only on the Big Exclusive Network.
Y'all see it.
A lady who refused to go on a first date to a coffee house, a coffee shop. which blew me. Like, what was, again, me personally, I think she's in it for the wrong reasons. Again, when you talk about dating, dating is supposed to be about getting to know somebody, see if you guys have some things in common, compatibility, some sort of vibe. And at the end of the day, if that's not what you're in it for, and there's a stipulation about where you can go to get to know somebody, you already lost me personally. I don't know about the other gentlemen. You guys can have your own opinion. I'm sure you do. But for me personally, you already lost me, because at that point, it's not about getting to know me. You check in my pockets, number one, to see what I'm willing to spend, and if I'm a viable option. Now, finances are important. Brandy, who's an avid watcher, will tell you one of my first date questions is, "What's your credit? Like, what's your credit score?" I'm serious.
Can I
I'm
ask a
serious.
question?
Yeah, yes, sir. Kyle, what's up?
You can't tell a female character before you go out. Like, you can't understand you can't learn a female before you. Because if I was,
It all depends on how long it takes for y'all to go out, though.
Right. It depends on how long y'all been talking, what kind of communication y'all been having. Is it phone? Is it text? Is it FaceTime? Like, how are you guys communicating? Is it just DMs? Like, it just depends.
But gentlemen, let's bring it back a little bit. I'll ask you, Big Exclusive, since you jumped on first. What do you genuinely not understand about women?
I genuinely don't understand why is it just my opinion. I feel like they never know what it is that they want.
Whoa.
In my opinion, I feel like they have no clue what they want. Luke put it in the chat.
Makes me anxious.
And he says it as like a joking thing, but it's something I say all the time. Like, I feel like they move the goalpost a lot of the times. And at the end of the day, it's just like, well, what is it you really want? I feel like they never know. I can only be me. I'm going to always only be me. But, you know, they say, I have this saying about myself. The same thing they love about me is the same thing they end up hating about me. So it's like, it's a disconnect somewhere. And I don't know what it is. It always feels like they move the goalposts and they just don't know what it is that they want.
As you being the two ladies on this call, how do y'all feel about that statement?
I think you're right, but I think that women who move that goalpost move it because they lane watch. They looking over here and saying that must be nice thing. If this person over here, her dude gave her flowers and she didn't get flowers that week, is like, must be nice. So now you're going to put that expectation on your man and say, she got flowers, you need to start giving me flowers. So you just move the goalpost just a little bit. Oh, my girlfriend just went to Jamaica. He just surprised her. Now you got to take me to Jamaica. I think if women would stay in their lane and their relationship and what works for them, I don't think that the goalpost would move. But
you the best that ever said it. I swear to God, you the best that ever said it, yo. People live by other people. They like social media fucked everything up. We all know that. Like social media, you could be the richest nigga in the motherfucking world, but if she see this motherfucker doing something, oh, you ain't doing this for me, you ain't doing that, bitch. I just bought you a Bugatti yesterday. What are you talking about? Like, realistically, you can't make a female happy in this day and age. They gonna be happy. They might be
that was. Listen, yo, that's crazy because that was my question. Like, why y'all never satisfied?
Can I address this right quick? Nikki said, I don't agree. Goals move as you grow. And I agree with that. As we grow and mature as a couple in the relationship, your goals are supposed to, change, right?
But they don't change on the spot. Like,
right. They don't change on the spot. But the biggest difference is when you're in a relationship, if the foundation is there, you're constantly communicating. So it doesn't seem like this change or this new goal came out of nowhere. It's a buildup. It's something that led up to that goal changing or the goalpost moving or you growing and aspiring for more. I never want my woman to be content. The difference is it doesn't seem like it came out of nowhere. If we're constantly talking about what it is that we want for our future and we teaming up to take over the world or to build anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
To build anything, we're constantly communicating about those things. I don't see why you wouldn't be talking about your goals, and even if your dreams and aspirations change in that relationship, that's supposed to be communication and conversation
You got to
about
talk about it.
But when it
All
comes
right.
out of nowhere, like she get home, like, you know, Jen husband just bought her some marigolds. Why you ain't never get me no marigolds?
Because they be better dealing, man. They be better
That's
dealing.
out of nowhere. That's weird to me.
1 second. We're gonna let everybody get their last point, and then we're gonna wrap this part of the segment up. We'll go in order. We'll go last to first. Kyle, we'll let you get to your last point off on this topic.
They can't be happy. I'm standing on that. Females can't be happy. Not saying y'all arguing. It ain't like it's when somebody say happy, they might think of arguments all the time. It ain't got to be none about arguments. It's just a female won't be happy for certain things you don't do. It might not cause an argument, but deep down inside, a female not gonna be happy with a lot of stuff we do. I don't care what it is. I don't care how genuine you is or nothing.
I appreciate you checking in. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for watching, good brother.
Good job, Kyle.
All right, Angry OG, what's your last words on the topic?
As far as them never being satisfied, you could do everything that they put, they write down on the list, and it's never enough. They always seem to be better dealing, looking for a better deal. Like, I just talked to somebody the other night, and I'm not the one name her or whatever, and I asked her, why she was divorced or whatever. You had a husband, you had kids or whatever. So she said, well, he was a provider. He never cheated on me. He never put his hands on me or whatever. So I said, why did you wreck your family then? Like you couldn't take that and work with that for the other, and then she was like, well, he wasn't a good husband or a good partner or whatever. Like, women been sold a bill of goods and they bought this shit about being in a relationship with somebody. That shit is it's not like the Hallmark Channel. It's not. They be looking for the Hallmark Channel shit, and that shit don't exist. Unicorns don't exist. And as soon as people realize unicorns don't exist, the better off they'll be. They'll be satisfied with what exactly they get, and don't be looking for more. You always better deal and looking for a better deal around the corner.
That's definitely a good point. Angry OG, always a pleasure, my guy. I ain't gonna lie. The way that group chat went up earlier, I expected a little bit more violence from you. You kept it cordial. But thank you for checking in.
I didn't say shit though. No, somebody threw my name out there. I didn't say nothing. I was chilling.
No. It was the anticipating of wondering what you was gonna say for me.
Oh no, I always be cool until somebody take it there though. If you take it there, I'm gonna go there.
But I appreciate you checking in with us.
All right, man.
All right. Ed, what you got for us?
I think that Dom was right earlier when she said it's a today thing. We're not of today. And the women of today, the men of today, that's what it is. The game has changed so much. It makes you not want to do. Like, I could not imagine. I have been out of the game for almost 15 years, and if something was to happen between me and my husband, I would just get a bunch of cats.
You'd be lost.
I would get a bunch of cats. I could not date in today's day and age. Like Dom was saying, you got men wearing nail polish and purses. Like I said, we're not supposed to go shopping for purses together. Like you supposed to be there while I shop for a purse and just give me an opinion on my purse. We should not be like, oh wait, you look better in that red. What? No, that should not be a thing, but that's what it is today.
But
and it's
trash. I appreciate you checking in. This 2 weeks in a row. I'm about to make you a correspondent. I appreciate you coming through and enjoy the rest of your night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Well, Nikki, you decided to come in at the last hour.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we'll give you some time to get your point off.
No, it wasn't the point. I was just going to talk to the big exclusive guy. When I said that people, as they grow, their standards change, and someone said like you look at someone else and they have it and you want it. I think some people, as they're growing, they're realizing that their wants and needs change. Like if someone buys their friends flowers, that will make them feel good. So why can't they tell their partner, like, you know what, that would actually make me feel good if you got me flowers. I can't get my camera to work, so I don't really know what's happening. You can't see me, but I feel like girls, like they do see other things, like something like super big, like, oh, take me on a trip to Jamaica. If you never traveled before, don't use me to do that. But small things women find as they grow that they actually like. So to the man, it's like it's immediate, but to them, they've probably been thinking about it for a few days or whatever.
And so
that's a good point.
I completely understand that. The thing is, though, is it's that thing I keep talking about, which is paramount. It's the communication, and it's the way you approach it. Like I just said, you can what you just said. If my woman came and said that to me, she'd get flowers every day for the next 2 weeks or however long I could do. Point is, it's about your approach and how you actually communicate that to your partner. You can't just be upset like, yo, Patricia get flowers once a week from her husband. You ain't never did none of that. I don't think that's
right. True. You can't do that. You can't.
But if it's, hey, listen, you know, I've realized that I really do like flowers, and you know, sometimes getting them at work would be nice. No man should have a problem with that, right? It's about constant communication and the approach. That's my final word. Communicate is the biggest foundation for everything, in my opinion. And stop looking at these celebrities as relationship goals, because that 0.03 snapshot of somebody's life doesn't ever tell the whole story. Right. Thanks for having
I appreciate both of y'all for checking in. That is going to wrap up I'm sorry, what y'all got to say about that segment. Now we are going to jump into the last segment of the night, ladies and gentlemen, the spotlight segment. Dom, first,
yes,
I think it is so dope that you're a therapist. I think we need more therapists that look like us, because the Black experience is unlike any other experience, and only we understand us. So, and it's hard enough talking to people that you may not necessarily know about what you got going on. So somebody of your background, your same background, I think makes it a little bit easier. What was the thing that made you want to jump into that lane?
The representation. There was not enough of us in the field. Mental health has a stigma in the African American community, unfortunately, where people don't never want to talk about it. Like, you can't be depressed in a Black household. You can't have anxiety. You can't have trauma. Like, you're just supposed to, like, what happens in this household stays in this household. And I think that fosters so many toxic behaviors that we then take those out into the world as adults, and now we have unhealthy relationships. And so for me, I think that it was time to start bridging the gap. It's time to start talking about it. Let's talk about those things. I realized that people don't have good interpersonal relationships because of things that have happened. Thank you. Things that have happened.
You can also check her out on Mondays.
On Melanated Vibrations. But I think that a lot of relationships that people have that are bad relationships are because they never got past their interpersonal relationships. So those first relationships you get as, kids, right? Like, your first love is supposed to be your parents. And if those things don't happen and they don't foster love for you, and there is no trust and it's mistrust and all those stages you're supposed to go through, and you never get out of that childhood trauma, you just take it with you. And now you have complex trauma because now that's something you've carried with you your entire life. So for me, it is important to touch and reach as many people that look like me to get them to understand that you're not crazy. It's nothing wrong with you. Life happens. So let's deal with it. Let's unpack it. Let's go from there.
Now, I know that you were, at one point, you were like maxed out.
Yes.
Are you taking openings at this time?
I am, but the private practice that I'm with currently, we are no longer taking state insurance. Well, let me not say no longer. We got audited, and so we have to do a 90-day training where we're currently not taking state insurance. But if anyone has private insurance or they're willing to pay out of pocket, we are taking those clients. I am located in Media, right across from the courthouse that's in Media. But yes, I do have openings because, you know, I'm the only Black female therapist at the practice I work at. So, yeah, it's very rare.
So also, with that being said, what can people expect from your show every Monday on a big exclusive network at 7 o'clock?
Bullshit. No, seriously. So I try to give mental health. I try to make sure that I am educating the Black and brown people that look like me in the mental health world. But we also try to keep things relevant, things that are for our community, for the Black and brown community. So we may talk about a little bit of everything, fun stuff, serious stuff. I always try to make sure we're bringing awareness to the community. You just never know which way it's going to go. You know, it might be a whole Easter battle.
One thing I really respect about your show is how you always bring the mental health aspect into it. Like, we could be all around the world, but you always bring it in to make it relevant to mental health and just the different aspects of it. I definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
But with that being said, Dom, I appreciate you coming through for bro on the show tonight.
Problem.
Always great dialogue. I definitely am appreciative of you making a sacrifice to look like you in a stakeout with somebody. But I appreciate it. That great conversation. Did you want to say any last thing to the people?
Tonight was a great show, as always. It's your second show. I'm so excited to see where you go on the big exclusive network.
Yes.
It was a really great show. Shout out to your guests that came on and were brave enough to come on. I'm just excited to see where you're going to go in the future. Guys, we got shows lined up for 4 days out of the week, 5 days out of the week. So join me on Mondays on the big exclusive network for Melanated Vibrations. Me and my sister are the hosts. You just never know what you're going to get from us. Big Dusty, you know, she Big Dusty and I'm Dustiana sometimes. So, you know, I want you guys to have a great evening. Make sure you tune in on Monday to Melanated Vibrations, and then make sure you tune in for the rest of the week. So
Tuesday, big exclusive podcast. Wednesday, Women Wellness Wednesdays. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody that took the time out, whether you're watching this live, whether you went back and watched it. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Peace and blessings.
Bye.